Welcome, everyone. I'm Sam Palazzolo, and thank you for joining me for this free CEO Catalyst Discovery. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to dive into three real-world strategies that, well, let's face it, they're critical areas of leadership that will provide you with real solutions to help you unlock greater clarity, drive more results, and lead with purpose. I'll leave some time at the end for some Q&A. So why? Let me take you back. The year 1995, 30 years ago. The place, we're in Nashville, Tennessee. And the who? Well, it's me, Sam Palazzolo. And here I am, depicted in one of those hour commutes all the way back home one evening when I was working a job in strategic planning for a Fortune 500 company. I thought I was in my dream job, but it turned out to be my nightmare. Why? Because I was working for a gentleman who was more psychologist than he was strategist. In other words, he played a game. It was a head game. And he found out how to push everybody's buttons all the time to get more productivity out of them. I mean, for example, I was working 7 days a week. And so I asked myself, after I went home, I had this real restless, sleepless night. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? You see, as a young guy, I couldn't quite figure out the how, but it came to me in a dream. The dream basically told me, look, the why is this happening to you? You're not doing it to yourself. The person that's sitting in that corner office, they're the one doing it to you. And so you got some options, some hows. How do you move forward from here? And the thing as a young adult that I didn't recognize was that I needed to achieve not only altitude, but clarity to have my best decisions take place. And that's a little bit about what it is that we're going to talk about today. Before I get into it, though, let me tell you a little bit about the CEO Catalyst program that I put together. It launches on February 20th. It's limited to just 15 leaders. This 6-week program, well, it's designed to help you lead yourself, lead your team, and scale your business. And how do we do that? Well, we're going to start out with a battery of assessments of you as a leader across 3 key areas. You as the leader, again, understanding your personal motivations and styles. We'll assess you from 3 different angles: the personality, your motives, your values and preferences, and your development. This 6-week journey consists of a live 90-minute training session weekly, followed up with a live 60-minute mastermind group. It also includes one-to-one individual coaching so you can take the concepts and we can drill them down to the specifics for you and your organization. It also has a series of playbooks and platforms that we'll share, and it also provides you with the opportunity to not only in the here and now of the 6 weeks, but for the next 12 months, have a virtual online community that you can access and bounce questions off of each other. Now, I know this much, and you know this as much as well, that we'll be exploring these leadership practices, and they'll come to us from top institutions like Harvard, like MIT, like Stanford. We're going to focus on organization skills such as goal setting, time management, and even communication skills, especially listening. I'm going to throw in a couple of different things. I've written 8 books. You'll get 3 of them. It'll be my influential leader, communicating with influence, as well as my 2018 leading at the tip of the spear. You'll receive those as well as one of my best programs, a virtual 24/7 best leader in 30 days. So if you're serious about scaling your leadership, creating stronger teams, and growing your business, I've designed this program to give you the tools and framework to do just that. But for now, let's explore some of those CEO Catalyst core content in today's briefing, which will give you actionable insights that you can apply immediately as soon as this meeting's over. We're going to start with motives, values, and preferences, right? So let's get into it. Let's start with a key concept. It's understanding your core motivations. You see, one of the biggest obstacles in decision making as a leader is not fully grasping what drives us at our core. If you don't understand what you're making decisions and why you're making those decisions, it's easy to feel stuck or indecisive. But once you unlock your core motivations, decisions become much clearer. In my executive coaching sessions, I work with leaders to attain not only the altitude, but the clarity of that vision that I spoke with earlier. For instance, are you driven by achievement? Achievement is the need to accomplish big goals and get results. If you are driven by achievement, that might be influencing your decisions without you even realizing it. So let's see where you stand right here, right now. Take a moment. Think of achievement. And again, for our purposes, achievement is how driven are you by success? And rank yourself from 0 to 10. A 0 means achievement is not a major factor in your decision-making process. A 10 means it drives nearly every decision you make. 30 years ago, guess where I was on the achievement scale? 11. So, do you have a number in mind? Great. Now that you've ranked yourself, let's move on to an exercise. What I want you to do is I want you to think about a recent decision you made that required significant effort. Was this decision driven by your desire for achievement, by a need to get results? Or were other factors, such as helping others or building relationships, more of a focus for you? Take a few seconds. Jot down your thoughts. Maybe break down that decision. How much of it was driven by the desire to achieve something? And how much was shaped by other motivations? This will help you see how achievement factors into your decision-making process. Ready? Okay, let's keep going then. Now that we've explored how motivation and achievement shapes your decisions, let's turn to another key factor in leadership: aligning your values with your actions. This alignment, aligning your values with actions, is what leads to clarity in your leadership. When your values are guiding your decisions, you lead with purpose, and that builds trust with your team. However, when there's a disconnect, when your actions don't align with your values, you may experience confusion, frustration, and even lack of direction. I've seen it. Have you? If you have, or if you haven't, when you think about it, how can we fix that? The first step is understanding where you stand on the value of altruism, or how much helping and serving others plays into your leadership. So let's get into it. Just like before, rank yourself from 0 to 10 on how much altruism plays a role in your decision-making style. A 0 again means you don't prioritize helping others in your leadership decisions. And a 10 means you lead with such a servant leadership mindset, you're always putting your team's well-being first. Got your score 0 to 10? Okay. So now think about a recent leadership decision that you made. Was it guided by the desire to serve and help others? Or was it more focused on achieving a goal? Maybe write down the percentages. How much of your decision-making was driven by your value of altruism? And how much by other factors, like personal ambition, or maybe even results? Got a number down? Okay. This exercise will help you understand if there's a misalignment and where you can bring more of your values into your leadership actions. Okay? Let's take a look at another, and let's move on to the final piece of this puzzle. Leveraging your leadership style to influence team dynamics and drive results. Because every leader has a unique style, whether it's assertive or collaborative or something in between. The key is understanding how your need for power, your drive to influence and control, affects your team. A leader with a high need for power, they might be more assertive, while someone with a lower need for power, they might lean towards collaboration. Understanding your own style can help you know when to adjust it to meet the needs of your team. So let's apply this to your leadership style. On a scale from 0 to 10, how would you rate your need for power and leadership? A 0 means you tend to avoid influencing others and take a back seat, and a 10 means you actively take charge, direct decisions, and exert influence. Once you've ranked yourself, think about a time when you led your team toward a goal. Was your style more directive or empowering? How does your level of influence impact your team's performance? Write down your thoughts and think about how you can adjust your leadership style to improve team dynamics in the future. I advanced to this slide here about the CEO catalyst again, because if we're thinking of those 3 key areas of motives, values, and preferences that will help you lead with greater clarity and impact, we need to unlock your core motivations, starting with achievement. We need to align your values with your actions to lead with clarity and purpose. And leveraging your leadership style to drive better team dynamics and results through altruism, well, those would be pretty great goals, right? And those are the things that we cover within the CEO Catalyst. By taking the time to reflect on these areas and start making more aligned decisions, we'll lead with greater purpose and will influence our team more effectively. If you're ready to dive even deeper and refine these skills to scale your leadership even further, I invite you to apply for my CEO Catalyst program. Again, it launches on February 20th. And this exclusive program is limited to only 15 leaders. So it's designed for those who are committed to transforming their leadership and achieving real results. This is where I'm going to make you an offer. If I totaled up all of the contents for this type of a package, it would run over $45,000. And because I come from a 10X world, I'm charging $4,500 for this course. But because you're participating with me here today in this discovery briefing, when you go to checkout, if you type the word discovery into the area for a discount code, you'll get 50% off. So you won't pay $4,500. You'll pay $2,250. $2,250. What a bargain, right? So this brings me back to another why. Meet Tim. The year, 2024. It's post-pandemic America. And Tim is facing his first post-pandemic crisis. See, Tim's got an opportunity to grow and scale his business, but he doesn't exactly know where to look first. And so what did Tim do? He had a conversation with a friend who referred him to me. And what did I do? Well, we analyzed Tim's business. Tim's business from 5 primary pillars, everything from strategy to the way he's going to aggressively execute. And we looked at people, process, and technology in between. Those 5 pillars, 90 sub-pillars below. What we identified for Tim was his plan. In other words, how did we develop that plan? Tim achieved altitude with clarity. The plan came into crystal clear focus. This is what we needed to work on in prioritized order. And we can do the same for you. Okay? Again, I hope you've enjoyed our time together. My name is Sam Palazzolo. Slide over to the CEO Catalyst. Check out the program. If you've got questions, shoot me an email. But I've enjoyed our time together. I look forward to seeing you within the CEO Catalyst. Again, it starts the 20th of February, 12 noon Eastern. We'll see you in there. It's all about real strategies and real results.